Hi. Welcome to my short video on Can You Handle the Truth? One of the things that I've noticed today in society is that everyone has a problem with the truth. I don't mean we walk around lying all the time, but we are always afraid of hurting someone's feelings or becoming entangled in some sort of confrontation with the person we are speaking with, or better yet, the person we're living with. Sometimes we are concerned about someone's reaction to us, so we bend the truth or poke around trying to figure out what that person wants to hear. It really starts to become a problem in personal relationships when couples are afraid to make their desires known for fear of a breakup or a divorce. I told him that I didn't know, and then in the next breath, thinking that I had to tell him something other than the truth, that I wanted to be a bartender. I told him that I wanted to be a lawyer, he said, pointing to my grades. These are not lawyer's grades. If I were you, I would start to think about doing something else. I walked out of his office, and wasn't the least bit offended. I didn't even think about going home and telling my father that my guidance counselor said I wasn't smart enough to be a lawyer. You know what? The guy had actually told me the truth, and the truth really did set me free. I started to look honestly at my abilities, and I was able to acknowledge the fact that I hadn't worked hard academically for my first 3 years of high school. I started to really think about my future realistically. I really enjoyed teaching. I was a special educator. Many of my students had academic or behavioral problems. In fact, my students were usually the worst behavior problems in the school and could really get to me on some days. But overall, I developed relationships with the kids, and things seemed to always go pretty well. The catchphrase that seemed to be in vogue about 20 years ago was, "I really like this kid, but I don't like his behavior." Was this the truth? I don't think so. Is it really possible to like someone and not like their behavior? The truth is, we don't like the person because of his behavior, and people need to be made aware of this in a considerate way. I can give you the names of people who are well known in society for absolute deviance, and you tell me if you like them, but not their behavior. Let's try Charles Manson, Scott Peterson, Jeffrey Dahmer, or even Adolf Hitler. Can anyone not like their behavior but still like them as people? No, we don't like them, period. The perception we have of a person is based on his behavior. People need to know that if their behavior doesn't change, then others won't want to develop meaningful relationships with them, and ultimately won't like them. Very recently, a student came into my office and began to discuss with me what he wanted to do after he finished high school. He wanted to be a doctor. That is a terrific goal for a young person. Well, I asked him what he scored on his SATs. He told me he scored about a 400 on each section. I was thinking in my mind that a perfect score is 800 on each section, and a pretty good score would be about a 650 to 700. I proceeded to pull his grades out and found that his math and science grades were C's and D's. I of course wanted to respond with the same question that my guidance counselor asked me. Do these look like a doctor's grades? But, based upon the culture and society's norms, I couldn't ask that question. I immediately directed this student to the entry requirements that colleges have for their pre-med program, and ultimately medical school. Society makes everyone believe that they are smarter than they are and that their behavior is caused by circumstance, their environment, or lack of therapy or medication. Facing the truth about my abilities and my work ethic put me on track and helped me choose a good vocation and helped me to understand how I needed to improve my work ethic. Subsequently, instead of floating through life unsuccessfully from one job to another, I worked hard in college, graduate school, and then as an employee. So the next time your kids come home and say that their teacher told them that they have to work harder, or their work is unacceptable, or that their behavior is unacceptable, or they better consider going to a county college rather than Dartmouth, thank that teacher for doing something that is a rarity today, speaking the truth. Please click my link below for more details. Bye.